Now, it takes talent to make it in the music industry, that's a given, but you also need self-belief and the courage to put yourself on the line. And that's exactly what our next guest, Jennifer Clarke, you're very welcome.
Thank you.
Jennifer, when did you decide I want to be in the music business? That's what I want to make my life doing.
Well, I've been singing for my whole life, really, since, you know, I have a recording of when I was 5, singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer on tape. And, you know, pretty much from then, I always wanted to sing, and it was only kind of, you know, in the final couple of years of school that I really decided I was going to pursue it.
Okay.
So you the kind of little girl that when she was at home got dragged out when people were at home visiting your parents to perform?
Yes, I did.
Because I used to be made to do that all the time as well.
You used to hide me away. I don't know why. Was it a musical family you grew up in?
Yeah, like my dad loves singing, and my extended family, my granddad is a keyboard player, and, you know, there are several music teachers. And so, yeah, I mean, you know, I was raised with music, and my dad loves listening to music, so we always had CDs and tapes, the whole lot.
So you didn't pick it up off the road?
No.
No.
But what is it that you want? I mean, people go into the music business for a lot of different reasons. Is it fame? Is it money? Is it singing in front of 40,000 people, Carnegie Hall? Or?
I want, you know, everything. I want world domination. You know, I want to sing in the biggest theatres that exist, and, you know, sell millions of records.
You were studying in Cork, doing a course in music and music production, is that right?
Yeah, music management and sound. It was in Colossus Stefanefa in Cork.
Right, where you're from?
Yeah, where I'm from.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, it was fantastic. You know, I mean, it taught me everything that there is to know about the music business.
So it means you're just not just singing, then you're technically very well versed.
Yeah. I mean, it covers everything. You know, you do management contracts, you do live performances, you do sound engineering, and, you know, the lecturers were just so dedicated. Because
it sounds like you're getting a good knowledge of the music business as well, because a lot of people will start off and they'll play in pubs and they'll play and they'll hope something happens to them, but a lot of the time it doesn't. But did you take any positive steps yourself to make things happen for you?
Well, I asked my manager outright on the phone, would he manage me? But I'd say that's just called a brass neck.
How did that happen, and who were you talking about?
Mike Maska is his name, and he also manages Joe Jackson. And it was kind of accidental, actually, the way it happened. I'm a big fan of Alison Krauss, and I have an album of hers at home. And one day I was just, you know, browsing through the credits, and I saw the name of Mike's company on there, and I decided, oh, you know, maybe I'll check this out.
And where is he based?
He's based in New York.
New York, right.
Yeah, so I found his email address, and I initially just emailed him for a few tips. You know, I wasn't going to ask him to manage me. You know, I actually didn't even know he was a manager at the very start. And then I did a bit more research, because he got back to me and he said he'd listened to some music from my website and that he really liked it. And then I said, okay, right, I'm going to call him and just ask him.
And he said he's interested, he wants to work with you?
Yes, well, you know, for a few days before I made the phone call, I was building up to it, and I was saying, oh, God, you know, I have to do this, and I'm just going to say it outright. And the day of the actual phone call, I was a nervous wreck. And then when I asked him, he just went, yeah, I'd be really interested. So, like, I was there, I had a big list of things, you know, I was expecting it to be like an interview nearly.
So you were trying to persuade him.
Why should I manage you, you know? I was, what?
So what happened after that then?
Well, Mike came over to Cork to see me play a gig last April, and he brought along a producer by the name of Bruce Brody, because I had mentioned to him that I wanted to record and I didn't know who to go to, and so Bruce and Mike came and they saw a gig, and, you know, from there, really.
What was that like when they flew all the way over from the States to see you? The pressure must have been immense.
Well, I was definitely very nervous, but, you know, I was up to it.
Well able.
Yeah.
You sound like you're up to it in many ways. I mean, you're obviously, you're going to go for this, and you've decided that yourself.
Yes,
right.
I have.
And what's the next step then? I mean, have you recorded now, have you? Or?
Yeah, I've just made an album in New York, and I recorded some of it in Dublin actually as well. And, you know, we had fantastic musicians play on it. Christian Eigner from Depeche Mode played drums.
Wow.
Nick Seymour from Crowded House, played bass. And a guitarist called Gus Isidore, who's played and toured with Seal and Phil Lynott, Peter Gabriel, and loads more, Randy Crawford.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so I mean, it was an absolute honour for me to work with people of this calibre.
So far, though, everybody's been coming to you almost. Do you think the time's going to come where you're going to have to spread your wings and leave Cork?
Yes.
I know I'd be a wrench. I have to go through the same thing myself.
To go off and really make your fortune.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're kind of actively looking for a record deal at the moment. So, I mean, hopefully, you know, I'll be moving to maybe America or London or wherever.
Fantastic.
Wherever the wind takes me.
Wherever you have to.
Well,
Yeah,
it's going to
wherever.
take you over to the other end of the studio now.
Okay.
You're going to sing a song for us.
Yes, I am going to sing a song.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Jennifer.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Pleasure to talk to you. Now, while Jennifer is making her way over, we're going to tell everybody about what's coming up after the break.
Yes, we'll be hearing about the remarkable woman who was erased from Irish history.
And you call it foundation, I certainly call it foundation, but the man in your life may call it confidence corrector. Is he a metrosexual or is he something else? We'll tell you in a bit, but first, here's Jennifer Clarke with Sins Out of Me.